Hey guys, my name is Marissa. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm bringing to you a review within a review. I'm in the middle right now of filming my Wet n Wild first impressions. If you guys are interested in seeing that, the video will be right there when it's live. But I have been meaning to try out the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brows for such a long time. I'm a huge fan of Charlotte Tilbury. Shocker alert, yeah, like she's the reason why I started my YouTube channel. And I'm a huge fan of the Legendary Lashes mascara as well. I actually like it better than Full Fat Lashes, the mascara. And she came out with Legendary Brows, which are like brow gels. So I'm gonna do my brows right now and give you a little bit of a first impression on it. Okay, so my absolute favorite brow pencil is not an Anastasia one, which is crazy. I have a lot of other favorite Anastasia stuff, but Charlotte Tilbury Brow Lift it's the business. I mentioned it in my yearly favorites. I love this like triangular tip. It comes with a really good spoolie, and then if you undo it, it has this like hinged highlight. I mean, I'm already pretty lit right now with arguably one of the best highlighters I've ever tried. Just watch the other video. But so we're not going to use that highlight, but we're definitely going to fill in the brows a little bit because I got a little bit of foundation in them. As you guys probably know, I have microbladed brows, which means that they're tattooed in. But I still have to fill them in because, as you can see right here, I get foundation in the brows that covers up, creates this kind of like ashy tone to the tattoo. Doesn't look like a real brow anymore once I have foundation and concealer on. So one of my favorite ways to do my brows is to follow the like perfect brow ratio, the golden ratio, which is right here, the tip of your eye and the edge of your nose. That's where your eyebrow should start. If you look at your iris, just beyond the iris, from the tip of the nose, that's where the tip of your arch should be. And then following the edge of the nose again, the edge of the eye, that should be around where the tail of the brow is. And for me, honestly, I even extend the tail of the brow even longer. It really just balances out any type of like jawline issue if you're a little bit more bottom heavy. Most of us are, because we end up like grinding our teeth and getting a little bit more muscle down here. It just really helps to balance out the face. It makes the eyes look wider. It's just everything. So let's get started here with those 3 points. I like to draw them out first. There's the first point. Second point, let's see it again. Let's say it's right about right here. And then the last one, about down there. And then I'm just going to go in. Let's start with the bottom of the brow. I always follow where the brow grows. So we're going lengthwise here. And then when you get to about the arch of the brow, the hair actually starts going back down. So we want to curve that. And then draw downwards just like that. When we get to the head of the brow, hairs grow upwards, so we're turning the pencil and then just drawing in little flicks of hair just like that. When you're filling in your brows too, you really want a color that's a little bit lighter than your natural hair color. So yeah, I got the blonde at the ends, but the natural hair color here is like really dark brown, very near to black. So you want to use an ashy color that's a little bit lighter than that. It's a little bit difficult for me to show because obviously my eyebrows are microbladed, but one of the best ways to fill in an arch that's not necessarily showing is to brush all of the hair down first, filling in where you see the hair growing. So we want right here. That's the sweet spot. Then taking the spoolie, brushing back up, and that is your naturally full arch every single time. So now if we look at it, it starts at the head of the brow. The highest point of the arch is right through next to the iris. And then the tail of the brow ends up lining up with the edge of the eye and the tip of the nose. There's your perfect brow every single time if you follow those ratios. Okay, so now if you want those like seriously fleeky brows, you'll notice that from brushing through the product, you have just a little bit of like discoloration. It's not as crisp as you could possibly want it, so you should go in with a concealer. Some people really like to highlight with a lighter concealer. Don't do that with your brows because it's just gonna look like a weird mandorla halo around your brows. Use the same color as your actual skin tone, and I like to use one of these really flat concealer brushes just like that. Some people are doing the most to block out the brows with concealer, but I want it to look as natural as possible. So aiming to just really carving out the arch there, I think gives you that definition without it being like tattooed brows, you know what I'm saying? Put a little bit down here. We're really just cleaning everything up. We're not trying to change the shape of what we did. So there's the difference. You can't see too much, but up close you can really tell that there's a chiseled brow, and then there's a more natural brow with a little bit more softness around the edges. And then lastly, the most important thing in my opinion is to use brow gel. I always use a brow gel when I do my brows no matter what. These are the new Legendary brows. I haven't even used them yet, and I don't even know which one I should be using, so let's take a look at all of them actually. Okay, so we have one here called Brunette. Oh, look at how cute the tiny little wand is. It's so small. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so even the Brunette one is like a really light toned brown. You don't want to go for something super duper dark unless you have literally black hair. It's a great look for some people, but not naturally for a lot of other people. This one here is called Linda. I'm going to assume after Linda Evangelista. Yeah, and this one's more of like a soft medium brown. This one here that's literally just called Supermodel. Okay, so this one's the darkest of all of them so far, as you can see here. If you have black hair, that is what you should go for. Something that's like a little bit more brown, like a darker brown. I would never go for the same color as your hair unless, like I said, that's just really the look you're going for. And then last but not least, we have Sculpting gel. I'm going to assume this one is a clear gel. And yeah, it's a clear gel, so no color at all. Oh my god, okay, so this one's not called Brunette, it's called Brigitte, as in like the Brigitte Bardot, i.e. my idol. So this is a blonde kind of taupey one because she was obviously blonde. We're not going to go for that. Let's go for Linda actually, even though I'm extremely tempted to use the one called Brigitte because Brigitte Bardot, man, she's everything to me. Okay, so when I like to put in brow gel, first of all, obsessed with already with how small this is. I brush everything upwards. So even if the hair, like I said, grows this way and that's the direction that you're drawing everything in, we're pushing up against the grain. So my favorite thing about brow gel is if you look at the difference between this one with the brow gel in it and this one, accounting for the fact that they're similar and not exactly alike, this one looks so much more bold, and it also looks a lot more natural because you are playing up the natural hairs that you have. And I honestly recommend brow gel for anybody, even if you have very little to no eyebrows. TBH, this also might be a little bit too light for me, but we're making it work. Okay, you guys, that's it for me. That's how I fill in my eyebrows. Those are all the steps that I do to get fleeky brows. Every single time, no matter what shape you have, follow the golden ratio. Remember that they're sisters and not twins, and always use a brow gel because that's going to make your eyebrows look naturally fuller as well, no matter how you fill your eyebrows in. I hope you guys learned something today. If you did, make sure that you give me a thumbs up because it's so encouraging for me, and it also helps other people see my video, and then it helps me bring better videos to you. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you would like to see more from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.